Well, many sectors lagged the S&P 500 during a turbulent third quarter. Oddly enough, though, Bitcoin actually outpacing the major average, at least for the time being. Our David Hollerith is here to explain what the last few months have really been like for the sector. So, David, tell us how it's all been going.
Pretty rough.
Oh, I think you're on mute there, David. There you go.
So obviously, crypto had a pretty rough first half of 2022. And in that series of events, a lot of leverage came out of the system. Since July 1st up to this week, we've seen cryptocurrencies trade volatilely, but following the Federal Reserve's key interest rate decision last week, they've actually held up better than other risk assets. And if the trend continues for the next 4 days, we're likely to see Bitcoin outperform or show relative strength to the S&P and perform slightly better than the NASDAQ going into this next quarter. So what it all means, essentially, I think, is that it's a little early to declare winners at this point, but it is an interesting trend because I think it illustrates that a lot of the leverage that has typically swung the markets may have left the system. It's not necessarily a sign of Wall Street interest, but it is a preferable investor signal given how all risk assets are sort of underperforming the dollar at this point.
So it seems like doing better than a bad bunch so far. And of course, we still have 4 days to go until the end of the quarter. So what's important to watch this week?
Yeah, so that gets to the other part is I mentioned a lot of leverage has left the crypto markets, but at the same time, there's options expiring on Friday, and that's end of the month and end of the quarter options. So this could be a hefty sum. For Bitcoin, the levels of open interest or the amount of options contracts that are currently open are relatively low compared to where it's been in the first half. But for Ether, a lot of this is tied to its merge upgrade, which has obviously already happened and turned out to be a sell the news event. And that's actually the highest it's been since 2021 of December. So we're watching that, and that could result in sort of a volatile swing either way.
I mean, altogether, year to date, it has been a tough year for Bitcoin, down about 60% year to date. Thank you for keeping an eye on all of that for us. Our very own Dave Hollerith.